Hey everybody, Bob Arnold here. Man, this is the first video I've ever posted in my life. Might be the only one, but this is in response to SilverJackify's 12,000 subscriber epic giveaway. Joe, man, congratulations on the channel. I got out of collecting baseball cards when I was 15 years old, like everybody else, when I realized I like girls more than I liked cardboard. But 30 years later and three children, I needed something to calm me down and figured I wanted to get back into collecting cards and really thought it would just be me and a bunch of young kids doing it. And I found out I was wrong, thank God. Your channel was probably one of the first ones that I ever looked at. And man, it helped me realize cool guys can collect cards still, even in their non-youthful days, I guess you say. But anyway, congratulations on it, man. Yeah, I try to put together a lot of the cards that I like that were under 50 bucks, and I do have some because I do collect. I don't flip really. I just like to collect. You got to get you a little 57 action, a little 69 action, a little 56 action. Not as nice as the cards that you have, but man, hey, that's collecting for you. Your wants outweigh your wallet, so I hear anyway. But man, just started off. Yeah, I have a lot of Shohei and Mike Trout rookie cards, and they're nice. But something about this card I really liked, just that show of respect between the two. Something that's really lost in this world today. I love seeing two teammates show ultimate respect like that. I mean, it's a few dollars for the card. It goes for a little higher now, but man, it's just one I had my eyes on, and I went ahead and bought it. And Joe, by the way, I got more than 5 cards, buddy. So sorry. Everybody talks about Vlad Jr. Great batter, man. He's terrific, but I think people forget how dominant his dad was. Of course, this is a minor league car. It's 95 best. But authentic auto on it, and man, I got it for 11 bucks. So why would I not want a card of a Hall of Famer, such as Vlad Sr. for $11? Happy to pick it up. Man, one of my favorite players, Joe, I know you'll love hearing this. A lot of people say it anyway, but 95 Pinnacle Zenith, Derek Jeter. I hear people say sometimes that he's overrated. The guy was put on that team, the best team, and he did the best he could with it. 3,000 hits, became the team captain, dated every good-looking chick in Hollywood. So what's not to admire about the guy? But this card can go for over $50, even raw, but there's indentations on the left and right shoulder, left hip. But I didn't buy for that, man. I bought it because I like Jeter and I like the card. Next one, man, the only finest refractor that I own, and it happens to be of Ricky Henderson. 94 finest refractor, about $25 to $30 for the card. All-time steal leader, all-time runs leader. Played till he was 187 years old. Still did it at a high level. Hall of Famer for sure. Love having the card in my collection. Still looking for that Griffey, but hey, we'll get it someday. And going from Ricky, who was, brash and cocky about his abilities, you go to Ryan Sandberg, who was real quiet on the field. And I loved watching him play his whole career. Common card, but I didn't want the 83 tops. I wanted the 83 O-Pee-Chee. Finally found it. Center and left to right's great. Top to bottom, not so much. Corners look good, though. But, hey, man, it's Ryan Sandberg. Happy with it. It's got a home forever. Next card, I always wanted it in better condition, but again, your wants outweigh your wallet. Man, getting that 62 National League home run leaders and the 63 tops. I just like this card always because you have 5 Hall of Famers, but 2 of those Hall of Famers being 2 of the greatest to ever play, and the other 3 were not bad at all. And it's just one that I always wanted. This one in the 73 tops with Babe, Hank Aaron, and Willie Mays on it. Those are 2 cards that I've always enjoyed. I probably look at this card more than any card I have. But beautiful card. Moving along here, you got your 2000 Topps Chrome Refractor, the Century Topps Refractor C3 with Derek Jeter on it. Man, I got this card for $45 in a 9.5 BGS last year. Turned around and sold it for $95 like a week later. And instantly regretted it and started looking for it again. And after 6 months, I found it raw, bought it for $25 $5, I think. And it goes for as much as 25, but I bought it for that reason. Next one, man, my favorite player. I'm a Texas boy, and, growing up, I was watching the Rangers play, and I know, Ryan got his start elsewhere, but I mean, I always remember him as a Ranger. The guy threw dominantly for 27 years, and I think at 66 years old in the first pitch a few years back, he came out and still fired it out at 86, they said, but the reason that I picked this card, and this one here is valued right about $30 right now in the condition. But, man, you could never find it centered left to right or top to bottom. And if you did, somebody's dog ate the corners off of it. And, man, I was at my local card shop one day, and there it was for $30, and I snagged it. I could probably go ahead and buy a graded version of it, but don't want to. I love it. I love that card the way it is. Next one, Herb Score, 56. It's not his rookie, but it's a 56. I know it's a silly story, but my best friend, big macho guy, a couple Christmases ago, got me a framed poem. Now, believe me, I looked at him kind of crazy when I saw that framed poem, but it's called The Man in the Glass. So if y'all have never read that poem, I suggest you go online and just type in Man in the Glass. It's a great poem. Don't know who the original author was, but it was a poem that Herb Score here had carried in his wallet since he was in high school, and he had it reprinted and framed. And after I got it, I loved the poem so much, and feel silly saying that still, but man, I said, I'm going to go out and find me a nice Herb Score card, and I did. Surprisingly, $20. I know he only played 5 or 6 years, but he was a broadcaster, radio announcer for years, and it's a name that most people know. But man, I love the card, and again, it's got a home with me forever. Next one, this card could go for more, but unfortunately, it goes for about $25. Story on this card is my local card shop had a bunch of 1984 Donruss packs, and they were $20 a piece almost. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy 2 packs. I'm gonna pull that Donnie B out of it, and I am going to get a Gem Mint 10, and we're gonna call it a day. Joe, 21 packs later, and I got it. It wasn't the fact that, well, I am an idiot, but it became a vendetta. It was personal. I wanted to pull that card. I didn't want to buy the card. I could have bought a wonderful graded card for as much as I spent on this. When I finally pulled it out, it was hideously off-centered, and at the same time, one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. Only a card a proud papa can really admire, and I do. So as much as I invested in it, I'll never sell it, even if I could. Which takes me to my final 2 cards. Again, Nolan Ryan. This is just a 1990 Donruss Nolan Ryan and 1990 Donruss Diamond Kings Bo Jackson. The reason these mean so much to me is my 9-year-old son. I have 3 children, of course, but my 9-year-old son, he said, I'm going to go buy you some baseball cards. And this is what he came home with. And I asked him, I said, man, how much you spend on these legends? And he said, oh, big bucks, Dad, big bucks. That probably means about $1.50, but for a 9-year-old, that's a lot of money. Funny little story on Bo Jackson. We were watching the 30 for 30 last year, me, him, and my 7-year-old son. And when he caught the ball and he ran up the wall, my 7-year-old said, man, he must have ran up that wall 10 feet. And my daughter happened to walk in. She's 14. And she said, he didn't run up that wall 20 feet or 10 feet. He might have ran up at 5. My 9-year-old turns around and looks at her and says, well, sister, can you run up that wall 5 feet? And she said, well, no, I can't. And he said, then it might as well have been 10. Turned right back around and started watching TV. Little smart mouth. I've never been so proud of him my whole life. But anyway, Joe, that's my favorite collection of cards under $50. Again, regardless, if I won something or not, it's kind of nice to share my collection with others as you have. And man, you inspire me to keep collecting, as you do a lot of people. So I don't think 12,000 is the limit for you. Let's go for 100. We'll see you soon on the next video. Thank you, sir.